There are millions and millions of people that are mentally ill that want to live, and they need to hear that they matter, that they are important, that they're not throwaway people, because none of us are. We're all miracles, every single one of us. What matters is who you are as a human being and what you can do for your fellow man. This is my story, 40 years of darkness. Robert Michael Conway. I was born in Santa Rosa, California. There's a lot of mentally ill people here, especially predominantly homeless people. And, homelessness and drug addiction leads to mental illness. Because nobody will look at you, nobody wants to talk to you because you're homeless. Then you start talking to yourself.
And you're living in a van. But I know it's only a matter of time before the cool things start happening. Just right now, I'm not going through it. This isn't fun. I'm stressing about a telephone. Apparently, I woke up this morning by the parking garage of the mall without my phone. And then, of course, I asked a bunch of homeless people, "You see my phone?" I need to go to the police department here now and hope that they have my phone. I gotta go to the police department like right now, or go back to where I woke up at. It's basically like breathing right now. That phone is my life. Everything that I am and everything that I created from nothing is in that phone.
I used to be a model when I was 18 to 20. They're advertising for extras for this new Robin Williams movie. But it's about the whole theory of suicide. And if you commit suicide, you're going to relive it over and over again for eternity. And in this particular scene, there was a bunch of dead people walking the beach with a big chain. And I was one of those. I got back into the music scene, and that unfortunately kind of started my career down the dark path of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And I was all over it. Women, drugs, rock and roll. I started dabbling in cocaine. And so, yeah, it was fun for a while, but then the once a week became twice a week, which became 3 times a week. And eventually it ended up being a daily habit. And it took me down a very dark path that I had no business being in. When you're on drugs for a long time, you lose yourself, and you become a monster, basically. My earliest memories aren't bright, happy memories. My first memory, to tell you the truth, was being force-fed downers as a 3-year-old because of my hyperactivity. And I vividly remember throwing up in this lady's bathroom, but I didn't know why at the time, of course. I'm only 3 years old. What do I know about drugs? The one memory that I don't remember but I know happened is that I was beaten into a coma with a baseball bat by a babysitter simply for crying. And I was taken away from my mom. My mom was convicted of child neglect. The judge had the nerve to say that it was her fault that this happened to me.
This is where 40 years of darkness was born. So yeah, when my mom and her friend went out and about to shop or do whatever, that's where it went down. In the span of an hour, my childhood was taken away.
About 9 years old, I got raped and molested by a male, and it was at my house, in my mom's bedroom, on my mom's bed. Of course, being 9 years old, I didn't dare tell anybody anything, and I kept that secret for many years. One thing I wanted to say is, like I said, the
the lasting effects you have on a lot of people just by one sick act. This is actually where I started pretending I was deaf. You know, I started on a school bus after it happened. And I basically went into my cocoon from right here.
I led a very dark, isolated life. It was hell. Because my issue was that I didn't tell anybody about what happened to me as a child until I told my mom when I was 30 years old. I wish I had told somebody sooner. Wish I'd gotten psychiatric help sooner. But I wasn't diagnosed as manic bipolar until the year 2001. I was admitted to Aurora Hospital because I was about ready to hang myself from a tree outside my apartment. And I was this close. There was two things that stopped me from doing it. The first thing was that there were kids in the neighborhood, and I didn't want them to see me hanging from a tree as they walked down the sidewalk. But the second thing that stopped me was God. He told me to call the police on myself, and so I did. This awesome police officer knocks on my door. I open up the door, and him and his partner walk in, and he said, "Look, Robert," he goes, since you're on a 5150, by law I have to take you. There's no choice. You're going, whether you want to or not. I'm not going to handcuff you. I'm not going to frisk you. We're just going to walk to the car, and we're going to go to the hospital. We're going to get you the help you need. He tossed me one of those fake $100 bills, and he goes, "Turn it over." I turned it over, and it was a message from God, telling me I was worth it. I can say, without hesitation, that today God's my best friend. He's the reason why I'm sitting here right now talking to you. If it wasn't for him, I'd be dead. I should be dead 10 times over. But he had a different plan for me. I got a new psychiatrist, and he goes, "Hey, Robert, we got something new for you to try." I said, "Okay, what?" He goes, "It's called lithium. Have you ever heard of it?" "Yeah, lithium batteries." Because it works well for a lot of bipolar people. Not everybody, because everybody's a different machine. I was willing to try it because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, kind of like being a drug addict. I wanted a new life. I wanted a life. I never had a life. It was a dark, miserable existence. And that's why I was thinking about killing myself. The lithium kicked in. Became a leader in my outpatient program. Everybody looked up to me. I would write positive things every day on the chalkboard that they have in group. And I got a positive saying for every day of the week. One of the mental workers, she sits down on the couch across from me, looks me in the eye and goes, "So you ready to write?" This is the original piece of paper with the title, 40 Years of Darkness. Maybe I need to look the other way. Maybe I need to get on my knees and pray. Why don't I think of a better way, more than I know what to really say? Sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind when all of the things I have loved seem to die. How can you go on when all hope is gone? Trying so hard to carry on. And then the chorus. 40 years of darkness and I can't believe I'm here. 40 years of darkness and I'm living in fear. Sometimes there's nothing to relieve all the pain. 40 years of darkness, am I going insane? No. If you got one sliver of hope, the carrot dangling in your mind that you want to live and you want to do something about it, if you're mentally capable to self-advocate for yourself, to seek help, to get the necessary doctor, to get the necessary medications, that you also can have a rockin' positive life like I lead today. We're all important. And we're all part of the same race too, the human race. Doesn't matter what color your skin is. It matters how pure your heart is, who you are, your soul.
That's right, Rob. That's right.
We're killing it right now.
All right. I hope it's a good one, bud.
It's going to be distributed worldwide to help people with mental illness.
Attaboy. Good job, Rob.
Love you, man.
Do it up.
Life's pretty serious for me now. And can't have anything derail my movement now. I mean, I didn't get blessed with 40 years of darkness just to throw it all away.